Hey folks, it's Reggie Lal here, Be the Smart Investor. Today I'm here with one of my favorite all-time teachers, John Schaub. I was fortunate, I ran into John's stuff like 10 years ago. I called your office one day, you probably don't remember, but Dottie answered. Said, hey, this guy's pretty good, just send me everything you ever done. So it's my pleasure here 10 years later. John, a lot going on this week with gold, the
stock market going crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
Real estate, what's your take?
Well, you know, the thing that's holding the real estate market up right now is keeping it from taking off is credit. But the credit market is beginning to loosen up, believe it or not. I talked to a banker yesterday, and they said they're just covered up with loan applications. The feds have lowered interest rates. There's a lot of pent-up demand for housing. The rental markets are actually getting better across the country. We're full up, and we're raising rents. So because nobody's built a house in a number of years, there are just a few of them. And, there's a lot of people that are graduating from college, starting households. My son just got married. He just got his first job, buying a house. The whole generation of kids that are going to do that. I think we're going to see this market bounce back. You never know exactly when it's going to happen, but, we're at the bottom. So it's a very safe time to buy real estate. And we're buying. We bought some of the best deals we've ever made. We've made the last year or two. So I'm encouraging people not to be aggressive, but to go out and buy at least one really good deal this year. It's a good time to do it.
Be a good name for a topic for a course, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
A little clarity on that. Good time to buy. I think the lower end inventory is the way to go. I think the stuff up high still got a ways to come down.
Well, you have to make money, and one thing I teach people to do is how to make cash flow when you buy a property. And if you don't buy it where it's going to make you some money every month that you own it, you shouldn't buy it. You shouldn't buy something that loses money. So Reggie's right. You buy the expensive stuff, it's hard to make it work.
I know in my town, the stuff, for example, that's over 400, 450, I live in Southern California, San Diego, doesn't really cash flow, but the stuff at 250 probably will cash flow okay with the rates where they are.
Well, it depends on how you finance it. We helped a guy buy one last week, and he got a 3% 20-year loan. Well, even at $400,000, 3% of $400,000 is only $1,000 a month. So if you get your payments low enough, it'll work.
In Southern California, that would
probably how you do it. And interest rates are so low, people aren't thinking this way, but it's really an opportunity to borrow some money at some very, very cheap rates right now.
No, I agree totally, John. You mentioned financing might be getting a little bit better. I haven't seen much of that on the investor side. Your thoughts there?
Well, it can't get any worse. It's funny. When I came here and gave a speech 3 or 4 years ago, I told people that the investor loans were going to disappear because I've been through a number of recessions, and that's what happens. They disappear.
Dead on. Yeah.
And you can't get an investor loan right now, and that's why prices are so cheap, because the people that are buying foreclosures and short sales are paying all cash. And when you pay all cash, you have to buy it really cheap.
Yeah, I was reading it.
When that stops, when those people can get a loan, prices will take a pretty good jump.
And I think we might be a ways away. Reading something interesting today, because of the dollar and what's going on, a lot of foreign money pouring in, particularly California, Florida, Arizona. 40% of the deals are all cash, 30% Orlando, 60%. A lot of that's foreign money. Yep,
a lot of it's foreign money, but a lot of it's investor money. I mean, investors are coming out of cash, out of the bank accounts of the stock market because they can get 6, 8, 10% return buying real estate right now, and that's a great deal.
That makes sense.
Absolutely good with that. Yeah. Everything we bought this year yields is at least 10%. We won't buy unless we get 10% cash on cash.
That makes sense. And I think, John, one thing unique about this market, we've got a nice long window with all the intervention, everything they've done. It's not like the old days in going back to 1999, 2000. You had to hurry up and grab your inventory because, boom, Florida and California took off. Right now, because of all the stuff they've done, you've got a nice long window to get your 1 or 2 a year for a couple of years.
Right. I wrote in a newsletter a couple of years ago, don't be in a hurry. If there's people get in a hurry when it goes down, but you want to go slow and steady and just make sure every deal you make is a really good deal. I mean, don't buy unless it's a really good deal right now.
Great thoughts, John. Real quick, for someone that's brand new, starting out in this market, a couple of parting shots for them, things they should do or think about.
Read my book called Building Wealth One House at a Time. It's a great book.
Absolutely
and it's designed for people who are just getting into this business. So learn a little bit before you go write a check for $10,000 or $20,000 to buy some property. And then buy close to where you live. If you go far away to buy something, you can make a big mistake. And it's a lot easier to buy something than it is to get rid of it, to sell it. So make sure what you buy you're going to like for the next 10 years.
And by the way, that's not just a self-plug. It is one terrific book. I've read it cover to cover. Mine's all dog-eared. It's got some great stuff in there. That's your second one. The first one was...
Yeah, but that's the best one.
That's the best one. Okay. Very good. Read them both. I mean, for $10 or whatever, $12, how could you go wrong, right?
Yeah, right.
Very good. John, always a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Reggie.